And so let's win together. I'm so sick of people in this industry taking advantage of one another. I've been in a position before, I've been taken advantage of actually multiple times in crypto because I didn't know any better. And so I'm sick of it, guys. Believe it or not, the contrarian approach to most influencers, I am out to help you. Public servant number one. I've been saying this for a very long time now. And today I'm really happy to bring you guys a new method, or at least a new method to most of you, to find altcoins right before they explode. And why is this important? Well, I'm going to give you a few examples in today's video. And a lot of this is based around what I've been teaching you. And I'm just so happy to see that it's going to be validated for a lot of you guys today. And so hopefully you'll listen up a little bit more, okay? But we're going to go into this method and we're going to see how it works and actually go ahead and find it and what you can do to proceed from this video, which is most important, okay? This is timely now. This isn't going to be something you sit and wait for 2025. This is something that will benefit you right now. And I have a lot of money up my belt right now from only a couple days worth of following this method. And so I know it works. I know it definitely does work. So let's get straight into it. I don't waste anyone's time here. It's hard to find altcoins before they explode, but there are telltale signs that we can follow to do this. Again, we're not buying and holding for 2 years. We want to obviously get to the altcoins before they explode now. And the beautiful thing about this, especially for those of you who haven't been in crypto before and haven't experienced a bull run, is, as I mentioned to you guys a couple of months ago, right? It's starting. It was starting back then and it's starting now. Historically speaking, it does. We might have a retracement, but nevertheless, the bull run is kicking off here and we have a lot of benefits that come because of this. One of such is we'll have more opportunities to take very fast advantage like I recently did myself. But I'll be 100% honest. It is easy holding and waiting for a liftoff in a bull market. It's simple as that. You buy now, you sell in 2025. But that's okay. Again, however, how do you find them in the lead up? How do you make money now? Okay, 2023 all the way through to early 2025, right? I and many others expect, based on research, that at least my own research and their own research, that 2025 around this time in the next 2 years, we will see possibly the final stage of the bull run. At least it'll ideally wind down, right? And how can we find the altcoins right before they explode, even before of course, the official commencement of the, mid to late 2025 bull run? Essentially, we want to accumulate more money for that moment, right? So some of you might have 5,000, 10,000, some of you might have $100,000 to invest. But how can we quickly make a little bit more money to then throw in for the long term, okay? It's quite simple, but you're going to need to be paying attention today, all right? Again, this works, and I want to show you how much it does work in the recent Mina protocol example. Now, I've spoken about this in the last few videos, so some of you guys already know what's happened here. But Mina protocol, and again, I'm actually recording this video like probably a week before you see this, but Mina protocol recently shot up. It was I at least bought 20,000 tokens way back, as you can see here, at 36 cents. And I bought 20,000. So I bought a fair bit, about $7,500 US worth, and it went to 90 cents, a bit over 90 cents over here, right? So I well and truly made over double my money, almost double and a half my money here. And so I think I turned around about $7,000 at the time, or $7,500. I think I recorded it being at 17 or 18,000 US dollars. So I made 10K. It was a good chunk of change, right? And it's very important. This is what we're sort of focusing on now for the next, as I said, like 15 to 16 months, is finding this point to buy in here, wait 7 days or wait a few days, and then exit at the top of a pump, right? So announcement that it was launching on a large Korean exchange was the sort of reason why it went up and shot up so dramatically. Now, I actually called out Mina how long was it ago? Like maybe a week or two ago in this video here, right? So I called Mina protocol out and said it was one of my 5 explosive altcoins to buy before the 2025 bull run. Of course, that has played out perfectly. Again, it was by far in a stretch the leading gainer in the market over the last week or so, okay? So definitely was a good decision, and I'm happy for everyone that listened to my advice in a non-financial way over the last, 24 months since I've been preaching that project. Either way, that's not the premise. We're not, again, buying in hopes of selling in, a long period of time. Again, we're looking to buy it right before it explodes. That's the key difference here, okay? So what happened here? Well, quite obviously, this came down to one thing and one thing overall, timing. But that's where people can be misled and decide to leave the answer. We've all seen it, right? Oh, he got lucky. He timed it, just fluked it, right? He got very lucky, essentially. That is very bad. That's the tip of the iceberg in this case. You don't want to have that mindset because you don't want to then feel like you have to dive in deeper to maybe look at the warning signs. How did this occur? And I'd have the answers for you today. And actually, again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's things I've been telling you guys for a while now, all right? It's just going to be validated now for all of you that weren't paying attention before. So at the very, bottom layer, beneath the surface, what is it? Well, why Mina? Why doesn't every altcoin that launches on an exchange go up? And that was the reason, ultimately, right? Mina launched on an exchange, okay? But why Mina? Because we've seen, there's been hundreds and hundreds and probably even thousands of altcoins launching on even prominent exchanges. Why Mina? Well, we're going to answer that. Why this particular exchange? Why was that important? How to predict this, and timing, right? So again, timing is very important here. We don't want to be holding for 2 years. We want to be ideally holding for like swing trader, right? Month, maybe 2 months max. That's the ideal time frame here, okay? Before the bull run and before we get hit with capital gains tax for the actual top off point, right? Well, again, if you want the short answer, we play around exchange listings, plain and simple, right? Which should be happening more frequently now since budgets are ramping up for altcoins. To be listed on an exchange, there needs to be liquidity, which is typically provided by, of course, well, you guys know, the altcoins themselves. That's why a large part of, an altcoins distribution is given towards centralized and decentralized exchanges. They do that, and a lot of the tokens are held in, wallets, multi-sig wallets, to then put into an exchange listing, okay? And so we're looking for this specifically, and again, they're smart, guys. Do you really think companies, crypto companies, are that dumb? These marketing teams and, experienced marketers, and just overall, it just takes a little bit of business acumen to realize you don't want to be launching on an exchange in a bear market. You want to do so in a bull market, because why? Well, again, just like Mina Protocol, everyone's talking about Mina Protocol right now, okay? Because, oh my God, this altcoin shot 120%, oh my God. It's a series of circumstances, variables that came together at the right time, and the right time, again, was not a fluke. Crypto companies know what to do to gain more exposure. They're a business, ultimately. The bigger exposure, the more people that buy, the more their project goes up, the more money they make. Simple as that. I'm going to briefly interrupt your viewing experience today, but not for a channel sponsor. No, this video isn't sponsored, but I'm going to introduce to all my US viewers a partner that I've recently collaborated with that allows you to buy your favorite altcoins without having to worry about KYC, because I know for all my US viewers how hard and difficult it is to buy some of your favorite altcoins, because you can't sign up to the exchange required to buy it because of KYC and therefore the regulations that are enforced upon you, also for other countries as well. So Bitunics is the exchange I have partnered with, hopefully in perpetuity, that will allow you guys to buy a whole host of altcoins without having to worry about KYC. Yes, simply go to the description down below, find the want to trade, find the US viewers non-KYC exchange Bitunics, click the link, it will help the channel out, sign up with the link, and that's all that's required. Then you simply go and buy any altcoins. They have a whole bunch listed. I'm not going to go through all of them. Some of the ones you can see on the screen right now, and of course ones that are prohibited on all these larger exchanges that do require KYC as well. Now I want to say the really beautiful thing about Bitunics that kind of took me by surprise is, for all you avid traders out there, you actually don't just have a spot market, you also have a futures market as well, which is kind of impressive for a non-KYC exchange. And that is one of the many factors I have partnered with Bitunics to help a lot of you guys out in your crypto journey. So please use the link down below, and let's get back into the video. So why Mina? Let's start off over here. Why Mina? Well, it's because it's highly memetic. Go watch any of my recent videos on Mina, and this is what I explained to you. Now, I had made this video like probably a couple months ago. This was my, and I reuse this all the time, but it was the initial video that I started and I actually visualize this for you guys. And I use the example of Mina specifically. It's kind of funny how it all worked back. I used the example and I ran through this situation here and how to find altcoins with Mina. Now, I want to say the reason Mina again exploded was specifically because it has a highly attractive meme. What is a meme? Well, after finding money will generally flow, which is what I talk about the narrative, right? So layer 1 season, layer 2 season, oracle season, gaming season. Well, the next thing we have to do is then look at the meme. Okay, what's the wow factor? What makes that project different from the others? We'll tie this in a second, just bear with me. We are basically using psychology to understand what altcoin people find the most attractive in a narrative. Simplicity often wins. Now, what's Mina? Mina has an amazing narrative. 22 kilobyte blockchain, ZK powered Oracle, Mina and Mina, one of a kind, bleeding into ZK. You know, the list just goes on. It's an endless list at this point, but it's so unique. It really is one of a kind that this made it a very attractive altcoin for investors who wanted to be hedged into this specific altcoin. If you don't know much about crypto, this is exactly what's hurting you. Now, you can follow me to keep up to speed with the best altcoins. I'm going to give you guys those completely for free. But if you are someone who wants to go out yourself, and I've been there, I've done that, it's a very scary moment for you to take that leap into where do I start? Why is this altcoin even good in the first place? This is what I teach. This particular thing right here will set you up for the 2025 bull run. And so this meme was propagated, or at least the meme acted as a velocity point for the real reason why it pumped, which again was the exchange, or what I call popularity. That's my next step. Okay, so popularity is essentially announcements and roadmap events. Okay, so again, roadmap events we can prepare for, but there's no exchange listing on a roadmap event, or there is, but very unlikely, okay? And at least they don't tell you what exchange. Now, if they did, though, obviously everyone buying it way before it happens. So what we have to do in an announcement sense is predict these things happening. Again, this is where we can get very nuanced, but this is why it's very important that you guys take the time to research your projects. We're going to go over this again in a second here. So this was straight out of another one of my videos. Literally, I didn't change a single word, okay? This is going to show you how it works. Copied and pasted from a different video. So again, the meme here, which is the reason why Mina really pumped as hard, is the velocity, right? So essentially, if you have a really unique aspect in the project, the meme, it's just going to push the price up when you incorporate these two things: the popularity, like the announcements, in this case, the exchange listing, and the roadmap events. Again, we're focusing on this new method here with specifically exchange listings, but it all is going to make a difference with the meme. If you had Mina versus, let's just say, another altcoin at the 300 mil market cap, because that's what Mina was when it launched, on the exact same exchange, the exact, maybe even on the same day, maybe in a parallel universe on the same day, it's not going to perform as well if it doesn't have as wow of a meme. Simple as that, right? The meme gives the altcoin more explosive power in a time of positive news / narrative season. This is what goes into the meme. We'll look at it more in a second here. Again, I didn't change this to suit this video. This is exactly what I teach on my channel consistently. I don't want to be one of them guys that I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, but I feel like in this moment, it might be necessary. So how do you find a powerful meme? Okay, so this is all kind of gibberish. This is how you find a powerful meme, right? What's the unique attributes, the tech, the governance, the team economics? What is it about that project that is specifically unique? Now, a key part of actually that is making sure that it's easily understandable by a degen. If a degen, or again, someone who's new to the space, can't understand those unique attributes, it's pointless. It might be good for someone like me or Tokenice or a friend of mine who's a influencer. We know a lot about crypto, deep in the stack, right? But if you can't resonate that, or if most people don't understand that, it ain't gonna propagate very well, right? It's not a good meme. Direct competition, Mina has zilch. It does kind of, right, in the whole sort of privacy sense, but Mina's doing so much more. Not really any. Propagation, very easy to propagate. Just like you whistle a tune down the street and someone, someone you walk by starts whistling and then you start whistling 5 minutes later. I mean, that's propagation, right? That's easily recognizable for you to remember, and it's just instinctive. Same thing in this case. If someone whistled some complicated, crazy tune, you're not going to want to propagate it very well. It's not easily done, okay? So in my opinion, Mina, and I've again done this in a different video, ranked it 10 out of 10. Its meme is incredible, okay? And so every altcoin that launches on an exchange doesn't explode because their meme isn't good enough. Most will likely do well or okay, but the ones that explode are the ones that exhibit strong memetics. It's as simple as that. I just don't know what more I need to tell you guys, right? And so let's actually do this. Let's run through this process. Number one, to find altcoins with great memetics, it's quite simple. Follow the examples above, meaning this example right here, okay? Follow that. That's all you have to do. Again, I outline it in multiple videos of mine, right? So follow the examples and think. Again, what stands out about the project? What do you go wow about? Not, oh, that sounds kind of cool. What's like, oh crap, that's kind of awesome. Like I want to buy this now, right? Think like a degen. Don't consider things that the average Joe wouldn't be able to understand. Again, I've explained that. Number two, find the countries with the most people in crypto, essentially, or the average annual expenditure. Where are people buying crypto and how much are they buying crypto of, right? So over here, again, we can look Switzerland, Ireland, Norway, USA, Denmark, Australia, Sweden, so on and so forth. Way down, I can't quite see over here where it is now. South Korea, right? South Korea, in the case of Mina, was the particular exchange that this project was launched on that created the whole spur of the moment thing, right? So number 3 is, of course, then find the exchange. Okay, so we have to find the exchange. That's the whole point of the process, right? I remember way back, God, it must have been like at least 2 years ago. Axie, no, it wasn't Axie Infinity. It was Alice in Wonderland or something like that. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland was the game that launched on Binance. I was tracking it way back then. And again, in that moment itself, it pumped like it was like 9,000% instantly, right? So exchanges yield results for highly memetic projects. But again, it's one thing to look at the region and then come in again, but what exchange, right? Well, particularly very important for a specific region. So Upbit is by far the market leader in the South Korean markets, right? So Upbit was where it launched, okay? And so again, we're kind of backtracking here. It's easy to go, oh, well, Mina launched on Upbit. Let's track Upbit. No. What we should be doing is going back and going, okay, well, what are the regions? And then let's track these exchanges. So if you were someone who had no exposure to Mina, maybe you could have spotted this happening earlier and then made an investment right before without knowing much about it and only looking at the meme, okay? So again, Upbit mostly dominates the South Korean market, and this is why Mina pumps so hard. So we had, again, just confirming it all with you guys, South Korean market, a very big proponent of crypto, as we saw on this up here. It's within the top, whatever this is, right? There's a lot of countries out there, so this is a pretty important list to look at. Plus a huge exchange, plus 10 out of 10 memetics, and plus, and I must admit, market sentiment also helped for sure, but again, don't think this timing was by accident. This was purposely done by Mina and Mina's team. Again, to execute on that, they had to provide liquidity themselves, and that means that it was a calculated decision. So when you factor in these 4 things here, again, the market sentiment is important, but that'll come over the next 6, 12, 18 months, if not to the entire bull market's closure. We will find more of these happening because their business is first. Again, all of this combined created the perfect storm, okay? And number 4, set up alerts and follow the necessary people, right? So new altcoin listing bots for exchanges, for all exchanges rather, specific altcoin alert bots, and Twitter-specific altcoin maxis. This one's pretty self-explanatory. I saw Miles from Crypto Banter recently mention these 2 over here, so they're first to mind. We have the unusual Upbit volume bot. They'll track the Upbit volume, like as you can see over here, as CoinMarketCap does as well. A lot of volume for Mina, of course, and you can kind of see a spike in that. Look at the alert over here from the bot, and then make an informed decision. Again, you might want to, if you didn't know about Mina, have a look into the memetics, make a decision from there. Also, this over here, crypto exchange listing bot. This will tell you, again, in a more generalized sense, hey, this exchange launched this coin. Very important we analyze these things. That's why it's very important you're on Twitter, especially if you're in crypto, right? Number 5, as a bonus, if you can't spend 5 to 10 minutes a day on this, you have too many altcoins or you aren't putting time into being financially free. Guys, if you're not putting the time into doing this, you're going wrong, okay? You have to spend the time doing this little bit of research, at least on the altcoins you own, because again, you can quickly take advantage. Sell, and then you have more capital on the side, right? Please note, this is not a guarantee. Nothing in life really is. However, you need to be doing this daily to succeed. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're someone who doesn't have any capital to spend, then I don't know why you're watching this video anyway. I see it in the comments all the time. You know, I make a video about how to do this and how to, take advantage of this. And I get comments saying, Kyron, I don't have the money. I didn't want to know this. It's just like, well, you shouldn't have watched the video in the first place. But guys, ultimately, again, you miss every single shot you don't take. So this is why it's important to stay alert. This is the time for us to be financially free. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you are going to be very sorry for it in the next bear market. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take good care. Bye.